Allow me, before giving the floor to Adalbert to refer to the specificities of the projects that you refer to, allow me to give you the position of President von der Leyen on this. Our treaties ensure that every person in Europe is free to be who they are, live where they like, love who they want, and aim as high as they want. I will continue to push for a union of equality. This is the end of the short statement from President von der Leyen. I would also want to remind you that Commissioner Dalli is working on a strategy for LGBTI plus equality, and the strategy will be presented later on this year. But now I give the floor to Adalbert to refer more in detail to the specificities of the projects that you refer to. Adalbert, are you there?
Thank you very much, Dana. I do not have any specific update as to what happened with this particular procedure. I think the situation is pretty clear. I can maybe simply recall what has happened, which is that on the 6th of July, the agency that executes this particular program requested clarifications from 8 applicants that submitted projects under the town twinning part of the program. And these 8 applications involved Polish local authorities or non-Polish authorities, the Polish partners, which had adopted resolutions of discriminatory nature regarding LGBTI rights. And the call for proposals for this program stipulates that it should be accessible to all European citizens without any form of discrimination on grounds of sex, racial or ethnic origin, religion or belief, disability, age, and sexual orientation. And so following clarifications received from 7 out of the 8 applicants, 6 applications have been rejected because the answer given by the legal representative of the project did not provide the evaluation committee with sufficient assurance that the project would be in line with those objectives and the general features of the call. So this is the current situation regarding these particular projects.
Thank you very much, Adalbert. I see Tomasz's hand is still raised. So Tomasz, do you have a follow-up question on this subject?
Yeah. If I may, I think that the European Commission's decision to reject this application was quite a new case in which the funding application was scrutinized or checked against the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights already at the point of the application and eligibility, and not at the point of the implementation, for which, as I understand, the future budgetary rule of law mechanism is foreseen. So my question is, since there are several dozens of these cities in Poland with these LGBT declarations, should we expect that every funding application, including in the framework of cohesion policy, will be scrutinized at the point of the eligibility against the non-discrimination of LGBT people criteria? Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is something which would also pertain to the responsibility of Stefan, since it's about a cohesion policy. So I will first give the floor to Adalbert to cover the ground that he has, that he can in relation to this, how the selection criteria were applied at the level of eligibility. So Adalbert, perhaps something on that before we turn to the more specific aspects of cohesion policy. Adalbert, I understand, dropped out from his connection, so he's no longer online due to a technical problem. While waiting for him to reconnect, which he will do in due time, I would want to give the floor to Stefan on aspects related to cohesion policy.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much for this question. Well, as regards respect of these rights, including the Charter of Fundamental Rights and the impact on EU funding, we can only reiterate what we've already said in the past. Public authorities which receive or manage EU funding, including through cohesion policy funds, structural and investment funds, have to respect these rights. If a member state doesn't respect these rights properly, when taking actions or measures of implementation of EU law, this may constitute an irregularity. The Commission will, where appropriate, make use of the means it has to ensure that the funds are respected, that the funds are used in compliance with these rules. And I think this is rules that apply to cohesion policy and that remain applicable. Thank you.
Adalbert is now back online. I see that. In addition, and as a transition to giving the floor to Adalbert, I can also add that at the end of May, the Commission has sent to the communities, to the municipalities concerned in Poland, a letter asking about the use of EU funds and how any to inquire about any possible link between the LGDPI free zone resolution that was taken by those who would have an impact on the use of EU funds and the cohesion policy. But Adalbert, if you are there, you can give us the latest state of play. Yes, I understand that the technical problems that Adalbert has experienced continue. This is why we will now invite additional questions from other colleagues, and Adalbert will be back online to provide more details later. So are there any additional questions for us today? I see an interest from Nick. Nick?